Hey, Scott here. Welcome to episode 12, and I'm building a canoe. As you can tell, I'm not in the shop because I am working on caning the seats. This video will cover caning the seats, installing them onto the canoe, as well as the additional hardware, and then we're wrapped up. Don't forget to catch the next video where I do a detailed walkthrough of all the parts of the canoe. Hope you enjoy. I started by soaking the cane at least 20 minutes to make it nice and pliable. Once I had a couple strips ready to go, then I could start the weaving process. The first strip I weaved vertically, going straight across, looping under, coming out the next hole, and back across. This was repeated the entire width of the seat. Using the pegs that were included in the kit, it holds the pressure right where I need it as I work along the line. The second strip went horizontally, repeating the same process, weaving back and forth, keeping a light tension as once the cane dries, it will get tighter. The third piece goes again vertically, going over top of the horizontal one we just did. With the two vertical rows complete, I tied off the loose ends and trimmed off the excess so it would not be in the way. The fourth was another horizontal, but this time we weaved it under and over that second vertical strip. So now we start to tie it all together. Once these four rows were weaved and locked in place, you really have a usable seat. It's just a matter of aesthetics and going to the next step. As I'm getting near the end of this build, I see why making a canoe can be kind of addicting. This process is nothing like any of the processes before. It's kind of a bunch of small projects that go together to make one big project. And now that both horizontal rows are done, I tied those knots off and cut the excess as well. For the final two passes, we are going diagonal. The first is under the vertical, over the horizontal, and then the next round will go over the vertical and under the horizontal. This will give us our 8-sided or octagon shape inside the weave pattern. Don't let the speed of this fool you. The first seat took me about 4 hours. The second one I got much quicker at, but still was probably 2 to 2.5 hours start to finish. With the diagonal passes complete, I now tied off those loose ends with a knot and cut the ends off. The final step is to bind the edges. This is simply running one piece over those side holes and then weaving another piece in and out to tighten it down. This gives it a nice finished look. And the process gets completed for all four sides. With the weaving done, I can now cut to length the spacers used to hang the seat. And then drill out the center hole to run the bolts through. I'd be lying if I said it was easy to drill holes into an almost complete canoe, but I had to do it to hang the seats. So with the correct spacing on each side, drilled those holes so we could line up the bolts in the seat. When I made the seat frames, I left them long, knowing I'd need to cut down the angles later. So, had the first one marked and got it placed. I could run the bolts through and then tighten those down. Now it's really looking like it. Then again, repeated the steps for the rear seat, drilling the holes, marking the length and angles, cutting and drilling those as well. I did add some finish to the cut ends just to waterproof them for the future. Getting the width of the seat frame right is a little tricky because if you mark at the top edge of the gunnels but then you hang it down 3.5 inches. It's not quite the same width. So a little trial and error, but we got it in the right place and then tightened down those nuts. I use stainless steel hardware, so I shouldn't have to deal with rust. The last thing I added was some little loops so that I can tie the canoe down, whether it's on the car or up to a dock. So these are stainless steel loops and screws as well. With the bow done, I moved to the stern and completed that one. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell for new video notifications, like, comment, and share. There's also a link below to any tools or products used during this video.